Aloha and welcome to the HBCU experience on ThinkTech Hawaii. I am your host, Gwendolyn Harris. This episode is part two of the first episode that aired on April the 7th. Marching bands play a big part in historical Black colleges and universities, also known as HBCUs. Today, we will continue to discuss why they are a big part and why there is such a rivalry between the bands. My guests today are all amazing musicians and were members of their HBCU marching bands. Please, let's welcome back Miss Stephanie Sanders, Mr. Derrick Gardner, Mr. Lynn Rountree, and Mr. Jesse Thompson to the show. Aloha, everyone. How are you?
Aloha.
Uh,
Thank you so much for coming back for part two. I know it's late where you guys are, so I thank you for being up with me again. But we are going to go ahead and get this started. So for each one of you, just really briefly, just give us your name and where you're from, what school you attended, and what you do now. Jesse?
my name is Jesse Thompson. I attended Central State University and played in the percussion section. And right now I'm a technology engineer as well as working in the music myself as an artist. So thanks for having me.
Derek?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Derrick Gardner, and I am a jazz trumpeter, composer, arranger. I also teach at the University of Manitoba in Winnipeg, in Canada, and it's a pleasure to be here once again with all these fine folk and talk about what the HBCUs meant to music. All right.
Yes. Miss Stephanie?
Yes, good evening. My name is Stephanie Sanders. I'm a graduate of the Jackson State University. I played saxophone in the band, Tower Power saxophone section, and I'm the Associate Director of Bands at Norfolk State University in Norfolk, Virginia.
And Mr. Lynn Rountree.
Lynn Rountree, I am just honored to be included in this esteemed cast of graduates. I graduated myself from Florida A&M University, and I was a member of the Marching Hunted, Screaming Demon Hollywood Hoods trumpet section. Currently, right now, I tour as a national, international smooth jazz artist.
Awesome. Now we're going to get started here, guys, because we're short on time. I'm going to start with you, Stephanie. Why do you think HBCU marching bands are an important part of college life?
They're a wonderful pastime. Also, it's a great connection with the community. Really starting from childhood, because when you were a child, you looked at the marching bands and you dreamed of that day of being a part of that particular band's program. And it's just really the heartbeat of HBCUs. If you didn't have a good marching band, you didn't have a good HBCU school or a wonderful experience being in school.
Derek?
Oh wow, yeah. Being a part of the of Hampton University's marching band and just a part of the HBCU marching band family, just is indescribable. It brought so much pride and glory to your particular school, and the community got behind you, got behind the band all the way, and it really created like a wonderful rivalry between like the different schools that were in the area or had some whatever the association was between the rivalry that was built. Actually, I became like great friends with a lot of fellow musicians from our rival Norfolk State. Back in the day, we keep like, man, remember that show? Y'all came over and y'all bust that move and did that. And y'all split on the ground, and then it was an incredible experience.
It's still that same way.
Yeah, right.
Jesse?
Yeah. Wow. Being a part of Central State University, the Invincible Marauders. I mean, it was the heartbeat of the university, and whenever we would go out to do our thing, it was like the biggest show and the biggest stage platform ever. You look forward to seeing your family, your friends, and most of I was just going to be honest. I think everyone came to hear the band. Everyone was there for the halftime show, and then the drum battle afterwards. So that was like, that was everything, the love, the respect, the support. And it's just such a great feeling and great experience. I mean, it's really totally indescribable. Just like Derrick said, it's hard to describe.
Lynn?
Yeah, everything everybody just said, absolutely. I mean, but for me, it's emblematic of Black excellence, and you're hit when you come to campus and you realize that that it's tough to realize it, but you do realize that you're part of something special, you're part of something big, and then the daunting task of living up to the name of what you're representing, and then doing it day in, day out. It carries on throughout life. The things that I went through and learned in the band, things that I could overcome and do, and are the same things, same set of skills that I utilize to overcome life, things in life, challenges in life. And I hold myself to that same standard that I was held to coming into the Marching 100. And that standard is something that I always try and live up to for myself. And I'm always representing Florida A&M University too. So in the back of my mind, people are always watching. And moreover, I'm representing HBCU'S. Now that HBCU'S are at the forefront. So everything everybody said, plus Black excellence.
Awesome. Now we're going to dive into the, dissect the band, kind of, sort of. Now, the drum majors, they are like one of the biggest parts because they're the leaders of the band. I know FAMU, I have never seen so many drum majors in my life at FAMU. And I'm showing a clip later on about that. No, I'm being serious, compared to our three. Well, we had three, Derrick.
Yeah.
We marched. But the clip that I'm going to show later on, it's like 9 or 10 of the drum majors. What is the selection process for drum majors? Who wants to dive into that? Stephanie, what's your selection process?
We have, most of the time, we try to get students who have been section leaders or have been a veteran of part of the band. I'll say pretty much 3/4 of our marching band anyway have been in their high schools. Either they were their drum major or section leader at their respective schools. So it's kind of a smooth transition for most of them, that they have good standing with us and that they have a good rapport with the band and they have a wonderful commanding presence and that they can be able to take charge. They're almost like the third in command after the drum major, after the band directors.
I know at band camp, our drum majors, they were like drill sergeants.
Yeah.
Running around.
Well, it's at FAMU. It's like anything. It's part political. It's part a selection process. It's a part of a little bit of pledging. Everything's pledging. At an HBCU, you pledge everything. You pledge the science club at HBCU. But yeah, so everything is everything that you guys know everything they put out there. So it's for at FAM, it's a little bit like that. You have to have people that that are kind of mentoring you and bringing you on, and then there's a selection process, and then they meet somewhere, we don't know where, and they come out, they go through their test run, and then they become bona fide drum majors. But it's a very esteemed position.
Yeah. I'd even add to that as well, Lynn, that that a drum major or the drum majors all have to be really good leaders and respected by the entire ensemble. It really they are really able to command the band when they have that when they have that mass respect from the entire ensemble. It really just, and they're able to really just have the band just follow them, and that, but that has to be earned. That has to be earned over the course of at least a couple of years of just digging that ditch and pounding rocks. So everybody knows. Oh yeah, he or she knows how to do the work. So yeah, they should be the drum major.
Now, what is one of your favorite sayings from when you were in marching band? That may have been from your band director, or on time is late. You remember? You know. What are some of your favorite? What are some? What is each one of you? Tell me a saying that you remember.
Ooh,
8 to 5.
85.
That was a big one. Everybody got
Yeah,
that one.
that's a big one.
Everybody got that. Yeah.
Points and drives.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one too. That one too.
To be early is to be on time.
That's
To
right.
be
Yeah.
on time is to be late.
Yep. Yeah.
Now,
One band, one sound. Yeah.
One
yes.
band, one
And
sound.
one sound, yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
See, how do you apply what you have gained at an HBCU and the band to your daily life with people or in general? And this is going to be for all of you briefly.
Hmm.
I think
Come
for
on, Jess.
me.
Come on, Jess. I know. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
I was trying to get Jess. Go ahead, Steph.
Okay, come on, Jesse. Go, Jesse.
Stephanie, you ahead. I'll come right after you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think it helped with communication skills. I was talented, but I really didn't speak out to people, and that brought that out. It also made you become very disciplined, and to be focused, not only on music, but for a particular subject at hand, to learn the drill, to learn the dance routine, leadership skills, and then also just to take charge and aggressive mentality.
Yeah, I agree with everything she just said. In addition to, it helped you understand who you are as a person, build character. And for me personally, it helped me with the laws of vibration and the laws of attraction, right? So you're always talking about, you feeling the vibe, your vibration is actually the state, like the emotional state of a human, right? So if you believe that you are successful, then you're going to attract successful people. If you believe that you are, confident in who you are and what you want to do, those things are what you attract. So for me, being in the band and being underneath the leadership like Dr. O and those guys, it was phenomenal. And it just helped me to apply that in my daily life and to help me the whole mindset thing, right? To never feel defeated, to always stand strong and stand tall and be proud of who you are and where you come from, and again, to what Lynn said, it was that Black excellence that really, really stood out and stands out today.
And we also all of us went into music professionally and educationally after college, and being in the marching band for me personally gave me the ability to write my first large ensemble arrangements, and gave me invaluable experience at writing for an ensemble of that size. And I remember the first time I wrote something, I can't remember what the piece was, but once I gave the downbeat, it was like, boom, and it was like this power that I had never experienced before. And I was like, wow, my hand did that, you know, and it was amazing. I said, oh, I like this. Yeah, so, it is, but it was cool. I was able to, really develop some invaluable arranging skills that I'm able to apply, even to what I do in jazz with a large jazz ensemble with small groups, everything. So musically, it had a great effect as well.
And you wrote by hand too. No
Right.
Sibelius or
Right.
finale. You had to write the score and all the parts.
Fred Sanford Clark.
Yeah.
What about you, Lynn? Were you going to say something?
No, I was just, because I had already spoke to this earlier in my intro. I mean, when we talk about Black excellence, we talk about the value of being prepared, practicing, and just I take that in my shows. I mean, like it's it's impressed upon us that people are really coming to see the bands, and they're coming to they're coming to expect a certain level of professionalism, excellence, and you have to live up to that. And it's no different from when Lynn Rountree is on a festival or on a show. People that I don't even know have my CD, my project. Some people have never seen me before. People who have seen me before are expecting as good, or if not a better show. And that, all of that takes a lot of practice, a lot of preparation. You got to play whatever song I'm performing. I have to play it hundreds of times. I have to play it in a lot of different settings. I have to, and Derrick can attest to this, man, as far as being a trumpet player, you wake up, you never know where your lips are going to fall in any given day. So, that's the extra thing that goes into playing, just making sure your lips are, you're in shape, and you can do a 90-minute show amped up. And all of that comes from my success. It has come from being a part of and surviving Florida A&M Marching 100.
But to be a consummate musician for all of us, you have to have, like Jesse said, you have to have that magnetism that draws people in that want to get to know you, and also that showmanship that you just perform on the stage, that people just want more and more of you as an artist and as a person. So,
Stephanie, this next question is for you because we didn't get to address it in part one. But as far as the band, your band during COVID, how did you guys take precaution during practice and all of that with the students?
Well, I can say that we were truly blessed this year, that we had testing on campus throughout the entire year. We did daily testing. During the fall season, we were blessed with great weather. So with our great weather we were able to have the entire band outside. Inside, we can only have the capacity of 50 people in the room spaced out. So we broke the band down into 3 bands, and we would have mini band rehearsals. And we were just blessed with that. And then also in the spring semester, they had random checks as well. And that's when they started the beginning of the vaccines being able to be distributed. So it helped out a whole lot for us. So we have truly been blessed this year to be able to perform, and we look forward. I honestly say I'm so glad to be back in the classroom with everyone in the fall. So to be face to face is a blessing. So it's just good to make it a whole year.
Nice. Now this question is going to be for all of you. When we were in band, we had to take our band trips. What was your favorite band trip? For me, my favorite band trip was going to FAMU. That I must say. What about everyone else?
I remember going to FAMU. That was my start. So I think that was probably one of my favorite trips going there. Because for one, we left cold Ohio to go to warm, sunny Florida. So we were always pumped about that, right? So I think that was one of our best trips.
I hope you didn't leave sad after we waxed you on the field.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something.
I'm messing with you.
See, that's how we get started, right?
Stuff already.
He was excited to come down.
Hey,
he left.
But you know what? What was really cool
when he
though,
left.
what was really cool about that experience is that was my first time ever playing in college, as far as marching band is concerned for college. And to see the Marching 100, as you say, 100, it was great. But when we walked in there, we may have been small, but we were mighty in sound. And a lot of the bros and the sisters in the bands are like, man, look, y'all might be small, but man, y'all sound great, because it was all about that power and that pride. So it was
at the end of the day, it's love. At the end of the day, it's love. We banter back and forth, and it's kind of a rivalry. But at the end of the day, we're all it's love.
Yes.
Exactly. Yep.
What about you, Derrick? What was your favorite trip?
I would have to say probably my freshman. I got 2 actually. My freshman year, which was 1983, we played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. One of the games, and that was amazing. That was the first time I ever seen like a huge NFL football stadium, and that was very cool. And then I would have to agree with you on going to FAMU. And that was like 1986,
Yes.
and and the special thing about that is that our band director at the time was a alumnus of FAMU from the 1960s of the marching.
Mr. Sylvester Young.
And so we came down. It was special for him to present his band as an alumnus of FAMU, and they took us lightly, man. They thought, oh, who's this scrub band coming up from Virginia? And we came down. We did. It was like a parade ahead of the game. And the band marched and we marched in the parade. And we came down the street doing one of our struts, and everybody was getting all into it. And they was like, man, what's up with this Hampton band, man? They're kind of lightly. And we played the national anthem with Fam's band on the field. It was Hampton's band and Fam's band on the field. And
Yeah.
and I remember standing next to I think next to cats in Fam's trumpet section, and them cats was blowing, man. I was like, oh, y'all trying to put some wind through the horn. Okay, all right, here we go. All right, let's go hunker down and let's part the clouds, And so it was cool. It was, and like Lynn was saying, man, it was love on the field.
Yes, that was a fun trip.
Yeah.
Stephanie, I'm going to get back to you, but I have to play these two videos. So I'm going to play these videos back to back. The first one is going to be Hampton's band in 1983. Derrick, you were playing. You were on the field for this band. And then the second one right after that is going to be FAMU. So let's watch it.
Oh.
Man, I want to do one thing. Just come over one lane to your right. I want that first lane. Roll over. Roll over. Sideways. Come in. One shot.
Thank you.
did you like those flashbacks? You know, Derrick, you saw yourself marching, and you know, you guys in the audience, you can't hear us talking behind the scenes, but you know, Lynn is getting ragged on quite a bit about FAMU. But unfortunately, our time has come to an end again. So we're going to have to do a part 3, probably in about another couple months. We'll do another part 3, you know, and we'll bring it on back and we'll talk some more, because there's just so much to talk about this subject. So many questions that I still have to ask. I thank you so much for being here. This episode is dedicated to Mr. Bob Ransom, who was our assistant band director at Hampton University when Derrick and I marched. So our condolences to his family. May you rest in peace, Mr. Ransom. Love you. Until next week, everyone. Aloha and God bless.